Hi, I'm Mickey. Today we're going to do a relaxing yoga practice. You don't need any equipment, just a mat or even a towel. So it's all levels. Join me. We're going to start out with the feet together. Nice deep breath in. Look up if you can. Exhale, press out, grow taller. Look down. And again, inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. 2 more times. Deep breath in and exhale. 1 more. We're going to cheat this one. Inhale up. On the exhalation, draw your shoulder blades down your back. Reach up tall into your left fingertips. Really separate between the ribs. And then right and left and right. Continue this 4 more times. Find your breath. And now both hands up. Root the feet. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale. 2 more times like this. And last one. Finally, come through to center. Drop the right arm down. Reach long, fingertip to fingertip, and fold over to the right. If you want, you can take hold of the top wrist. Drop down into your left hip. Good. Now come all the way up. Hands together. This time left side will lead. Take it to the left and right. Hips still. 4 more. Reach up off the hips. And last one. Come back through to center. Drop the left hand down. Right hand down. Reach up into your left fingertips. Fold over. Drop down into that hip. And now come all the way up. Press out. 2 big shoulder rolls. Soften up into your knees. Rest your hands on your hips and either step or lightly float your feet about hips width apart. Good. Inhale and exhale. Press out. We're going to take the shoulders and roll them back. Knees are soft. Lift your sternum up. And on your next exhalation, drop your chin in towards your throat. Pull your belly button in. Start to round your shoulders forward. We're just going to start to walk down the legs. Nice and heavy here. Give your head a little shake. If you'd like, you can take hold of your opposite elbow with your opposite hand just to deepen the stretch and maybe even rock side to side. Come through to center, release your arms, give them a little shake out, give everything a little shake out. Place your hands onto your knees or onto your thighs, soften up in your knees, and we're going to round all the way up. Knees soft, rotate. Two more. Last one. Okay, guys, from here we're going to turn, come up to the top of your mat. Strong mountain pose. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, dive forward. You can place your hands onto your shins or fingertips onto your mat. Take a breath in and look up. Lead with your sternum. Exhale, surrender. Knees soft, hands on the mat. Come on back. Down dog. Hips high. Try not to sink into your shoulders or wrist. Really press back into your hips. Bend into your front knee, back knee, and again. We call this walking the dog. Let's do 4 more. Bringing your sternum even closer to your thighs. 2, and last one. Soften up into both knees. Take your hands directly beneath your shoulders, knees directly beneath your hips. Inhale, look up, let your belly release. Exhale, round the back, pull your belly button in, separate between your shoulder blades, tuck your pelvis. Inhale, look up, sit bones turn up, exhale, round. 2 more, and round. Abs pull in, they tighten. 1 more. Good. Come back to center. Open your knees a little bit wider. We're going to take your seat over towards your feet. You can start to creep your hands forward. We're going to go heel to heel, side to side. And now this time, let's take it over and walk your hands in the opposite direction. Really sit back. You should feel a stretch all along the side of your back. And come back up. Come back through the center. Let's lead on the other side. Side to side. And then sit back onto the opposite hip. Walk your hands over to the opposite corner of your mat. Feel it all into your lats. And now come up. From here, we're going to have a seat. Feet flat. We're going to open the legs just a little bit wider. Drop your knees over to one side. You can use your hands to support you. Be tall, but not rigid. Now, other side. Starting to open up your hips. Let's do 4 more. Last one. From here, you're going to take that leg back. Rock the hip forward and back. Forward and back. 2 more. Last one. And now we're going to take that top hand and bring it back. Pressing the hip forward. If you have the flexibility, you can start to lower down a little bit more. I do not, and that's okay. Breathe. Let's take that back leg, release the hip, bring it around front. I'm just going to sit up nice and tall into a little sage pose. Let's take the other leg. This time the feet are a little closer together, just to start. Back is really rigid, and then we're just going to soften it up a little bit. Start to slide your feet in, balance. Extend through your fingertips. We'll hang out here for a moment in boat pose. Take hold back behind your thighs. Take 1 foot at a time down. Walk them out a little wider. And again, hands back behind you. We're going to drop the knees side to side. Open up your hips. Let's do 4 more. Hold it here. Sweep that leg around. Hand on the hip. Rock it. And release it. Rock it. And release. 2 more. And release. Last one. And release. Take the top hand back. Press that hip forward. Hang out here. So you could do this practice before you go to sleep at night. It's really nice and gentle. It's not too taxing. If you've had a really stressful day, you know, Sometimes we just need time for ourselves to breathe and release it. Let's take both feet flat onto, well, actually, sorry, the back leg flat onto the mat. Sit up nice and tall. Back in the sage pose. Okay, guys. Both feet flat on the mat. Sit up nice and tall. Hands forward. We're going to roll down and hug one knee into your chest. Gently rock it side to side. And then we're just going to start to bring it across towards the opposite shoulder. Keeping both shoulders very heavy. You can even extend your arm out. Come back through the center. Send it down. Other side, hug in. Rock side to side. And again, knee towards opposite shoulder root. Return back to center. Both feet now are hips width apart, and draw them in as close as you can to your glutes. Hands down by your side. Open your heart. Deep breath in. On the exhalation, the belly button pulls in. We start to really lengthen throughout your spine. Start to curl your hips up, and as you curl up, reach up tall into your fingertips. Squeeze your bottom. Keep your knees in line with your hips. And then exhale. Lower down. Again, inhale. Curl up. And exhale, lower. Work within your range of motion. I'm going to readjust here a moment. This time I'm going to keep my hands down by my side. Inhale, up. Press your triceps into the mat. And maybe start to draw your shoulders under you. If you'd like, you can interlace your fingers. Be aware not to let your knees fall apart. Keep them in line with the hips. Keep all four corners of your feet rooted. Press up just a bit higher. Draw your shoulder blades together. And on your next exhalation, release the hands and lower down. Hug one knee at a time in. We're just going to circle the knees in one direction. And now in the other. Place one foot onto the mat. Let the opposite foot rest along the inside of the knee. We're just going to open our arms out, keeping everything from the belly button on up still and tight. Drop it over to the side. Opposite shoulder stays heavy. And now switch and switch. Try to have at least one foot in contact with the mat. Four more. Last two. And last one. Let's bring it over and hold it. Your hand can help you to go a little deeper here. Come back to the center. We're going to cross that thigh over the thigh and hug both knees in. If you'd like a deeper stretch, take your hands down to your lower legs and start to draw your heels a little closer to your glutes. Try to keep the back of your neck long. There is a tendency to jut your chin up. Try not to let that happen. And then we're just going to switch to cross of the legs and take that foot down. From here, we're going to drop the legs over to the opposite side. So the leg on top is the direction we're going towards. You should feel a nice stretch into that outer glute. And come back through the center. We're going to take that foot, rest it along the inside of the knee, and come into that spinal twist on the other side. Come back to center, cross, and hug both legs in, letting your hands just rest the lower portion of the legs. And then we uncross and place the opposite leg on top. And we're going to drop it in the same direction as the leg that's crossed on top. Again, medial glute. Come back through the center. Hug that leg in. Use your abdominals. We're just going to do a little rock up to sit up. And come back around onto all fours. This time we're going to walk your hands forward and sit back towards your heels into a child's pose. Melt your heart towards the earth. Hands are inside of shoulders width apart. Take a breath in, and on your next exhalation, we're going to pitch the hips forward. Keep them in line. Abs in, lower all the way down to the mat with control. Windshield wiper the legs. Extend the legs out. Retract into your shoulders. We're going to inhale into an up dog. Now, if that's too much, you can always take it here. Elbows directly beneath the shoulders, or even here. So whatever works for you. Just try to keep your shoulders heavy and relaxed. And again, lower all the way down. Bend your knees. Extend your legs out. Extend your arms forward and snow angel them around, hands by your hips. Keeping both hips heavy into the mat. We're just going to lift the right leg up. Contract into your glute, left leg. You can continue alternating legs. Or if you're feeling a little stronger and you feel like your back can take it, press into your palms and lift both legs up. Maybe lift the hands, maybe flip the palms. And release down. Hands come under the chin, windshield wiper your legs. Hands come right alongside your chest. Engage your abs. Elbows in, press up, and back through into child's pose. And from here, we're going to come up. One more round of cat-cow. This time you can tuck your toes. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. And again, inhale, open. Exhale, round. Two more. The belly releases and it contracts. Last one. Sit back slightly towards those heels. Keep the toes tucked. And now release. And once again, we're going to have a seat. This time, extend the legs out in front. Give them a little slap out. Flex into your ankles. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, and on the exhalation, take it forward. You can hold on wherever you're comfortable. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and extend your heart forward. Breathe. And on your next exhalation, we're just going to melt forward, release, and roll all the way down. Try to keep your ankles flexed, energy out through the heels. Extend your arms overhead and come into a nice organic stretch. You can wiggle your toes around. And again, circle your arms, hug one knee at a time in, and this time we're just going to open up. Little happy baby. Give me an ankle rotation in one direction, and now in the other. We're going to finish up our practice, placing your feet back down onto the mat, feet and knees together, and just allow your feet to fall open, your hips to open, your knees to open. Connect with and be aware of the breath. No need to control it. Just allow it to be.